never them, everybody eating.
I would like to say when I realized hip hop was more than a hobby for me was probably like seventh grade. Seventh grade, I was like 13. Me and my friends, well, actually he's my producer now, or really him. We met rapping, battling in the lunchroom, but we had found a studio up on Syracuse University. We recorded like a demo. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's how old you know it was, right? So we recorded a demo and we came back to school, we played it for everybody, and everybody was like, oh my God, this ain't you. You know, they didn't believe it was us. And I think that was the moment when I realized, like, this what I'm going to do. Like, I'm locked in, for sure. Can't Hold Me Down resonated with me because of it was larger than life. It made me feel like I can do something that was bigger than life. Growing up, and I was just saying this to somebody, you know, why Can't Nobody Hold Me Down was so important to me was because looking at that video, Mase, Diddy, Big, they were like superheroes. You know, they was young, black, flashy, had the Rolexes on, they in the sand, they falling from the sky. And it was like, I seen somebody on TV that looked like me. They were speaking, they wasn't rapping all metaphorically, they was rapping, you know, simple enough where I can understand it when I was in the third grade, you know what I mean? And it just was like, it just blew my mind. I never seen nothing like it before, you know what I mean, at that time. So that's what it was for me, yeah. Seeing what happened to Diddy is, I like to look deeper into things, right? Just not surface level. And what I realize and what I understand is, I'm not saying he's guilty, I'm not saying he's innocent. I don't know, that's for the courts to decide, right? And God to know the full truth. But what I will say is, if you are young, black, and rebellious coming up, just in society, right? Once you get a little too big where they can't control you, it becomes a problem. He could have been completely guilty, right? That could be the case. But because he wasn't talking about voting, he wasn't talking about spending money, how to spend money, he wasn't talking about anything that was radical, it was okay, let him go. The very moment, maybe he woke up, maybe he decided, well, maybe I want to do something more with my voice, because I feel like one thing I know about us as human beings, we all grow at different times in our life, right? Where I was at 21, I am not at my age right now. You know what I mean? So maybe he might have evolved in his way of thinking and looked around and said, I haven't been doing anything with my voice and my position. Now is the time I want to do something. And he probably thought he had enough money and enough power to do whatever. And they will let you know you don't. You know what I mean? And if you're guilty, we're going to see. And in some cases, knowing history, even if you ain't. You know what I mean? I mean, Malcolm X made a famous quote. He said, the media will make your heroes your enemies and your enemies your heroes. And, you know, so I didn't want to put no blame on, no judge on him right now. I want to see how everything turned out. And, man, coming from Syracuse and Buffalo, it's real gritty. It's real. Those cities, upstate, is a real blue-collar place. So it's all about hard work. You don't get pats on the back. There's no participation trophies. You got to go out and get it. And once people see you working hard, then they'll reward you for the work, for your hard work. So for me, how it shaped me was just, it let me know nothing ain't given. You don't get, you know, charity. You got to go out and, like I said, I scrape my dollars off the concrete. Meaning I work hard, I grind for everything that I got, you know, so coming from them places show you that you gotta work hard. What we did with the zombies back when we was younger, I still see, you know, traces of that in today. Like when I go places, people will come up to me and say, yo, BA, zombies? I mean, and me, I'll be totally oblivious of what we did or who I am, because we was just grinding. We was young. We was 15, 16, 17, 18. We was young. We was teenagers. So I don't never think nobody recognized or it really was impactful until somebody walk up to me and bring it up, and I'd be like, oh, shit, you know about that? You know what I mean? But it's definitely was something, man. It was just a bunch of us, young, in love with hip hop, wanted to create our own sound, because that's what hip hop was about for us, is sounding unique and just, doing the best we could. Zombie University, that was something that I had with my friends prior to me having Everybody Eats. Zombie University, Zombie Gang, that was a collective of artists, producers from Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Rhode Island, different places, And that was the brainchild of that. Everybody Eats is me as an adult. And that's more so things that I can more control when I'm dealing with my artists or business partners. Because when I come to the table, I come with integrity. I want everybody to respect everybody. I'm not trying to cheat you. Don't try to treat me. And that's how we deal with everything. And that's what I wanted to bring with my brand, is integrity. The Violator thing was right before I went to jail. And everything that happened to me in life, it was like how can I say? I feel like God would show me where I could go, what could happen, right? If I took the scenic route. And sometimes I get ahead of myself and I take shortcuts. The situation with Violator was a glimpse. The zombies, and right when I went to jail, they had a meeting with Mase, Waka Moms, so on and so forth. Watching air rap music on BET and MTV while I'm sitting in jail in the TV room. All that was glimpses of what could be if I just would have stayed, down, believe in God, believe in my work ethic, and did what I was supposed to do. So that's what that was for me. It's just from right now, it's just a reminder of like, you're good enough. So now get on the scenic route, run your marathon, and get where you need to get. When I was locked up, when I did that 4 years, my biggest thing was time wasted. I knew that I was going to be suspended for 4 years and the world was still going. So my whole thing was, when I come home, I don't want to be so far behind. So I worked out every day. I read books. I read multiple books, not just fiction. I read a lot of self-help books. I worked on myself. I sat and thought about, why did I do the things that I did? Why was I so impulsive? Like, who I was as a person and who did I want to be, to the world and to my family. One of the biggest questions I asked myself, I remember I was sitting in a box and I asked myself, what are they going to say about me when I'm dead? Not at the eulogy, but when they're in the parking lot and they walk into their car and somebody whisper to somebody like, that motherfucker, he still owe me $5. What are they going to say about me? And so that made me start to work on my character, on who I was, my integrity, That was the thing about that, the 4 years. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy B.A. Bad, and you rocking with 247hh.com.